Chosen one, you felt it before. How the atmosphere shifts when you walk into a room. The way conversations pause, glances shift, and a hush falls that no one can quite explain. It's not discomfort, nor is it accidental. What you're experiencing is something far deeper. This silence isn't ordinary. It's a recognition, a surrender by energies and forces that once opposed you. They don't avoid you because you're loud or forceful. They back down because they can't deny what you carry. You might not see it yet, but the respect you command isn't based on who you were. It's based on who you become. If this message already speaks to your soul, subscribe, like this video, and comment 77 below. Let's explore why even darkness steps aside in your presence, and what that means for the road ahead. The silence is a surrender. In those still moments, when everything seems too quiet, it's easy to feel like you've been forgotten. You wonder if anyone sees the effort you've put in, the trials you've endured, or the faith you've clung to. It can feel lonely, even isolating. But that silence you encounter, both around you and within, is not what you think. It's not the emptiness of being overlooked. It's the space where profound change is recognized. That quiet is a reflection of something deeper happening. It's the moment when all the noise, doubt, and confusion stop, because there's nothing left to challenge. You've emerged from the fire stronger, and they know it. That silence isn't just a pause. It's a sign. When you face those unseen battles, it felt endless. You'd wake up in the middle of the night with a heavy heart, questioning if it would ever get better. There were days when you wanted to give up because it seemed like no matter what you did, the opposition kept coming. You fought through moments of confusion, betrayal, and rejection. Sometimes, it felt like even the people closest to you couldn't understand the weight you carried. You tried to explain, but the words never quite captured the depth of what you were going through. So you stopped talking about it. You endured in silence. And that silence, that willingness to keep going without validation or applause, became your greatest strength. It built something inside of you that no one could take away. Through it all, there was a purpose. The silence you carried wasn't just stillness, it was a preparation. In the same way that Jesus endured moments of solitude, where even his closest followers didn't understand, you were being prepared for something greater. Remember the words of Isaiah 40, verse 31. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. You weren't simply waiting for circumstances to change. You were being renewed, strengthened, and transformed in ways that only silence could achieve. This wasn't time wasted. It was time ordained, every moment bringing you closer to the person you were meant to become. Now, you're starting to notice the shifts. The atmosphere changes when you walk into a room. Conversations pause, eyes glance your way, and people's energy shifts even if they don't say anything. The external world may still appear the same, but internally you feel it. A deeper sense of alignment, a stronger foundation, a clarity that wasn't there before. The silence you experienced wasn't the absence of anything. It was the presence of something far greater, a divine acknowledgement of your transformation. It's like a ripple effect. You don't have to announce what's different. It's evident in the way people respond to you. They might not know what's changed, but they can feel it. The spiritual energy surrounding you has shifted, and that change is undeniable. Behind that change is something even more profound. You see, this journey wasn't a random series of challenges. It was a deliberate process of alignment. Higher forces were at work, shaping your path and preparing you for something beyond what you could see. The silence you encountered wasn't a test of endurance. It was a signal of elevation. The struggles you faced, the nights spent questioning, the moments of doubt, all of it was working together to clear a path forward. As it says in Psalm 37, verse 23, the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way. Your path wasn't random. It was designed. Every struggle, every moment of quiet was moving you toward this moment of clarity and authority. And then there came a moment of realization. You weren't waiting for the world to change. You were changing. You began to understand that the silence wasn't something happening to you. It was something happening within you. It was a moment when you stopped looking outward for validation and started trusting what was being built inside. That realization brought a newfound confidence. It was no longer about proving anything to anyone. It was about walking in what you already knew to be true. This is a turning point. The shift from questioning to knowing. This is where you stop seeking permission and start stepping into your power fully. With this awareness, it's time to move forward boldly. You're not the person you were before, and you're not held back by the same fears and doubts. The silence you once resented has become a gift. It's where you found your strength, your clarity, and your purpose. Now you're called to act, not to strive or struggle, but to walk in the truth of who you are. This is the moment to trust the transformation, to let go of any lingering hesitation, and to embrace the path that's unfolding before you. You've spent enough time waiting and wondering. Now it's time to lead, to show others what's possible, and to live in the fullness of your calling. This is your time. You don't need to seek validation from anyone. The silence has spoken louder than words. It has confirmed what you knew all along. You are chosen, you are prepared, and you are ready. From here, the path ahead is clear. Trust it, walk it, own it. The silence was never emptiness. It was the presence of something far greater. This is your season. Comment surrender if this resonates with you. Stay tuned, because the next insight will deepen this revelation even further. You fought unseen wars and won. In those moments when it felt like the entire world was sleeping, you were engaged in battles no one could see. The weight of it all pressed down on you, and yet you kept moving forward. You questioned why things seemed so much harder for you than they did for others. Why? Even when you tried your best, it felt like unseen forces were working against you. But here's the truth. Those struggles weren't random. They were never about taking you down. They were about strengthening you. You were being prepared, honed, and sharpened in ways that aren't visible on the surface. It wasn't that you were left to fight alone. It was that you were chosen to fight battles that would refine you into something greater than you ever imagined. There were nights when you wondered if you were losing ground. You'd wake up from dreams that felt more like battles than rest. In the quiet, doubts crept in, whispering that maybe you weren't strong enough, that maybe you weren't meant to overcome. But deep down, a small voice kept urging you on. It wasn't a loud, thunderous encouragement you might have hoped for. It was subtle, like a steady pulse reminding you to keep going, to stand tall. Every time you pushed forward, despite the weight, you were winning. It didn't feel like victory at the time, but every step you took, every act of perseverance, was a triumph. These weren't losses. They were lessons, carefully designed to make you unshakable. Then came the turning point, the moment you realized that your trials weren't meaningless. You remember the words from Romans 8 verse 37. In all these things we are more than conquerors through him who loved us. The battles didn't signify that you were abandoned. They signified that you were destined for more. Each hardship, each moment you felt isolated and unseen, was actually proof that you were being prepared for a higher calling. It became clear that the forces you faced weren't just there to oppose you. They were there to prove you. They were the refining fire, burning away everything that wasn't meant to come with you into your next season. As you look back now, you can see the shifts. What once seemed like endless struggles now appear as milestones. You notice how much stronger you become, how much more clarity you have. The things that used to weigh you down no longer have the same grip. You've begun to notice changes in the way people respond to you. They may not say it out loud, but their actions show that they see the difference. There's a respect, a quiet acknowledgement that you've emerged from something significant. The very energy around you has shifted, and it's not just you who feels it. Others feel it too. What you may not have realized is that higher forces were always at work, aligning you for something greater. The challenges weren't placed in your path by accident. Every battle, every trial was orchestrated to elevate you. What felt like opposition was actually preparation. And now, as the dust settles, it becomes evident that you didn't just survive, you conquered. You rose above circumstances that were designed to stop you. It wasn't by your strength alone. As it says in Psalm 46 verse 1, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. You had help from above, guiding you through the unseen and leading you to victory. Now you stand in a place of clarity and strength. The battles that once seemed endless now feel like distant memories. You've stepped into a new awareness, a knowing that you're not the same person who entered those battles. You've been transformed, fortified in ways that others can't easily see. But you know it, you feel it. It's in the way you carry yourself, the way you approach life, and the way you no longer doubt your path. The battles refined you. They took away your fear and replaced it with a quiet confidence. And in that confidence, you found peace. With this newfound strength comes a realization that you are no longer fighting for survival. You are walking in victory. You no longer need to prove anything to anyone. The fact that you are still standing is proof enough. The whispers of doubt have faded, replaced by a clear inner voice that reminds you who you are and what you've overcome. Now it's time to trust in that transformation. It's time to walk forward, knowing that every step you take is a step into purpose. This isn't just the end of a battle. It's the beginning of a new chapter where you lead from a place of strength. In this moment, take a breath. Reflect on how far you've come and what it took to get here. Trust that everything you went through had a purpose. You're not here by accident. The unseen wars you fought shaped you into the person you are now. And as you move forward, let that knowledge be your guide. You won battles no one else could fight, and now you are ready to step fully into the life you were meant to live. Comment victory if this resonates with you. Stay tuned, because the next section will show you how to embrace the strength you've gained and move forward with confidence. Comment if you know what it means to conquer battles no one else can see. And if you feel called to go even deeper, there's a sacred space reserved for our community. A private room where you receive full prophetic messages daily. Join our private membership through the link in the description and walk this path with us. The shift in energy you now command. It's not just the space around you that shifts when you walk in. It's the very atmosphere of the room. You probably noticed that certain people who once challenged you or doubted you now seem unsure of themselves in your presence. They avoid eye contact. Their voices falter, or they find reasons to leave the conversation altogether. You might have wondered why this is happening. It's not that you changed outwardly. It's the energy you carry that has evolved. The shift you've undergone has created an unspoken authority. It's not arrogance or aggression. It's a quiet, undeniable presence. Even those who don't understand it on a conscious level can feel it. They know something is different, something that demands their respect even if they can't explain why. There's a confidence in you now that wasn't there before. It's not loud or boastful. It's the kind of confidence that comes from having walked through fire and emerged intact. It's a calm knowing that you no longer need to prove your worth to anyone. The struggles you faced, the nights of doubt, and the days of quiet perseverance were not in vain. They reshaped you from the inside out. And now that inner transformation is radiating outward. People sense that you're not easily shaken. They sense that you're not playing the same games they are, and that makes them take a step back. Your energy, your presence, has become a beacon of clarity and strength in a world that often thrives on chaos and confusion. What's even more profound is how this energy affects not just people, but the unseen forces that once stood against you. Those spiritual battles you fought, the ones you thought no one noticed, were not only observed, they were transformational. You might recall moments when it felt like everything was working against you. But in hindsight, you see that those moments were catalysts. The more pressure you faced, the more your inner power grew. And now, even in silence, that power speaks. It sends out a signal that you are not to be trifled with. It's not about being untouchable in a physical sense. It's about being unyielding in spirit. That shift is why the same challenges that once seemed insurmountable now crumble in your presence. The same energies that once sought to hold you back now have no choice but to move aside. When you walk into a room, you might not say a word, but people feel compelled to listen. It's not that they're waiting for a dramatic speech or a bold declaration. It's that your presence alone carries weight. You become a living reminder of what it means to stand firm in who you are. Even if others don't understand what's changed, they know something is different. The shift in your energy is like a ripple that extends beyond you. It touches everything around you, recalibrating the environment. Those who are aligned with truth and growth are drawn closer. Those who cling to illusions find themselves uncomfortable, even without knowing why. This isn't something you have to force. It's a natural consequence of the journey you've been on. The light within you has grown so bright that it can't help but alter the space you inhabit. This shift in energy also brings opportunities. Doors that were once closed begin to open. Connections you never anticipated seem to appear at just the right time. It's not magic, it's alignment. Your internal transformation has created a magnetism that draws in what you need. It's as if the universe is responding to the new frequency you're emitting. The tension and struggle that used to accompany every step have been replaced by a sense of flow. You no longer have to fight for every inch of progress. Instead, you find that the right people, the right situations, and the right resources come into your life with greater ease. This isn't luck. It's the natural outcome of the energy shift you now command. And with this energy shift comes responsibility. As your presence grows stronger, so does your ability to influence those around you. It's no longer just about what you can achieve for yourself. It's about how you can uplift others, how you can guide them to their own challenges and show them what's possible. You become an example of resilience and transformation. Your journey has taught you how to navigate the darkest moments, and now you can help others find their way. It's not about preaching or convincing. It's about embodying what you've learned. Your energy serves as proof that even the most difficult battles can lead profound growth and unshakable strength. The most beautiful part of this transformation is that it allows you to walk with peace. The urgency, the need to defend yourself or explain your worth has melted away. You no longer need validation from external sources. You become your own source of assurance. And as you continue to move forward, that peace becomes a guiding force. It allows you to make decisions with clarity, to let go of what no longer serves you, and to embrace what truly aligns with your purpose. This isn't just a shift in how others see you. It's a shift in how you see yourself. You've stepped into a version of yourself that is fully aware of your value and fully confident in your path. So now, as you stand in this new energy, remember that it's not something you have to protect or defend. It's not fragile. It's a solid foundation that can't be shaken by outside forces. This energy shift isn't temporary. It's a permanent evolution that will continue to shape your life and the lives of those around you. Every room you enter, every conversation you have, and every decision you make will reflect this transformation. You're not just a participant in the world. You're a catalyst for change. And as you move forward, you'll see that the energy you now command is not only a gift to yourself, but also a gift to the world. Calm and command, if you feel this shift within you, stay tuned, because the next insight will show you how to fully embrace this power and use it to create lasting impact. They don't need to say it. They know. There's a reason why the people who once challenged you, questioned you, or underestimated you now seem quieter, more reserved, even uncertain when they're around you. You may have noticed it without fully realizing what was happening. Maybe their conversations shifted. Maybe their tones softened, or maybe they began to avoid confrontation altogether. They no longer see you as someone they can casually criticize or dismiss. They sense that something has changed, something they might not have the words to explain. Your transformation has made an impression they can't ignore. It's not that you've done anything overt to claim their respect. It's simply that the energy you carry now demands it. Without saying a word, you've shifted the dynamic. You can recall the times when you felt misunderstood, when you faced resistance or skepticism from those you thought were in your corner. They questioned your decisions, doubted your goals, and sometimes even ridiculed your path. But that was before. Now, those same individuals keep their opinions to themselves. They may not voice their acknowledgement, but their actions reveal it. They know you're no longer on the same plane you once were. The comments they used to make, the attempts to push your buttons, have faded. It's not that they've necessarily changed. It's that you've changed, and in doing so, you've altered the space they occupy in your life. Your confidence, your clarity, and your spiritual growth have redefined the boundaries they can't cross. It's not just about what they say or don't say. It's about what they feel but won't admit. You carry an authority now, one that can't be feigned or fabricated, even if they try to dismiss you in public. Their private actions reveal the truth. They watch what they say around you. They hesitate before making the comments they once threw out so carelessly. In their hearts, they know the old ways won't work anymore. They know that the power you hold is beyond their reach. They can't diminish you because you've already risen above their reach. They don't need to tell you they see it. You can feel it in how they move around you, in how they speak to you, in how they no longer challenge you as they once did. As you grow into this new phase of your life, you'll notice the shift more and more. The people who once sought to hold you back now keep their distance. They no longer have the power they once thought they did. The criticism that used to sting no longer finds its mark. The doubts they projected onto you no longer take root in your mind. Their silence isn't just awkward, it's telling. It shows that on some level, they've come to terms with who you become. Even if they won't admit it out loud, they know they were wrong. They know that the person they doubted has become someone they can't dismiss, someone whose presence alone commands respect. You don't have to confront them or seek their approval. The truth of your growth speaks louder than anything you could say. They may not say it, but their actions reveal their awareness. The way they step carefully around you, the way they avoid certain topics or speak with newfound caution. It's all evidence of shift within you. They don't need to proclaim it for you to know it's real. Their energy tells a story. You've grown into someone they must acknowledge, even if they never put it into words. And that acknowledgement, that unspoken respect, is a testament to the work you've done, the transformation you've undergone, and the power you now carry. What's more, this silent recognition isn't just coming from those who doubted you. It's also coming from those who opposed you. Even the forces that once sought to block your path now step aside. The resistance you felt before has diminished. The battles you once fought aren't necessary anymore, because your presence alone resolves them. The energy you bring into a room changes the dynamics. Without having to explain yourself, without having to prove anything, you command an atmosphere of respect. The people who once tried to undermine you now show restraint. They know that challenging you isn't just futile, it's beneath them, because you've ascended to a level where their tactics no longer apply. And whether they understand it consciously or not, they behave accordingly. This silent shift isn't something you forced. It's a natural result of your inner work, your faith, and your perseverance. The very qualities they once dismissed as weakness have become your greatest strengths. You don't need their approval, and you don't need their validation. What matters is that you know who you are now, and they can't help but sense it too. They don't need to say it for you to see it. It's in how they act, in how they pause, in how they no longer cross the lines they once did. This transformation has changed not only how you see yourself, but how the world around you responds to you. You are no longer accessible to their doubt, their ridicule, or their negativity. And in that silence, you find the confirmation that you have truly stepped into your power. Walk in dominion, not defense. You might feel that stepping into this new phase means bracing yourself for the challenges ahead, ready to counter every criticism or doubt that comes your way. But walking in dominion doesn't mean arming yourself for a constant fight. It's not about defense. It's about certainty. It's about moving with the assurance that your purpose is clear and your path is divinely supported. That confidence alone will shift the dynamics around you. Others may still question or resist your journey, but their voices no longer carry the same weight. You don't need to justify where you stand or explain why you belong there. Your presence now holds an authority that is self-evident. It is not given, it is known. The turning point is realizing that you spent enough energy defending yourself in the past. Every time you explain your choices, every time you justified your decisions to those who doubted, you were playing on their terms. But as you step into dominion, that need dissolves. You start to see how unnecessary it is to convince others of your worth. In Exodus 14, verse 14, it said, "The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still." This is your guiding principle now. Your stillness, your calm resolve, becomes your most powerful response. When they attempt to provoke you, when they throw obstacles in your path, it's your composure that speaks volumes. It's your lack of reaction that reveals just how untouchable you become. You may notice subtle signs of transformation in how people respond to you. Those who once questioned you now step back. Those who try to pull you into arguments find no foothold. Your energy alone sets boundaries they can't cross. This isn't because you've raised your voice or drawn a line in the sand. It's because your alignment with your purpose has become so solid, so visible, that they simply recognize there's no point in challenging you. It's as if your very being has become a testament to your truth. You no longer need to argue or persuade. Your light dismantles resistance without a single word. When you walk into a room, the atmosphere changes, not because you demand it, but because your spirit naturally commands it. This shift also reflects a profound spiritual alignment. What you once saw as battles were actually opportunities for elevation. Every struggle, every moment of doubt was positioning you for this moment. Now, you move not with fear or confrontation, but with the confidence that comes from knowing you are aligned with something greater. You stepped out of a defensive stance and into a space of creative power. It's no longer about reacting to what happens to you. It's about shaping the world around you. Every step you take is backed by the clarity that you are exactly where you're meant to be. And in that clarity, you find that the need to fight falls away, replaced by a sense of divine flow. As this awareness deepens, you begin to see that true dominion is quiet. It's not about making a scene or forcing others to see things your way. It's about embodying your truth so fully that it becomes undeniable. In this space, resistance doesn't just fade, it transforms. The challenges you once braced yourself against now reveal themselves as stepping stones. You're no longer caught in a cycle of proving and defending. Instead, you're creating, aligning, and expanding. The shift is internal, but the effects ripple outward. Those around you feel it. The world around you changes. And yet, you remain grounded, unshaken, and focused. At this point, self-realization becomes more than an idea. It becomes a practice. You fully accept that you don't need to prepare for every hypothetical challenge. You no longer anticipate how to respond to those who doubt you. Instead, you pour all your energy into living your purpose, knowing that your inner alignment is the greatest strength you have. This moment is sacred. It's a turning point where you embrace your power without hesitation. It's the moment where you stop looking for approval or permission from others and simply stand in your truth, fully and unapologetically. Now, the next step is to move forward with intentionality. What does it look like to walk in dominion? It looks like trusting your inner guidance without second guessing. It means allowing the clarity you've gained to guide you without overthinking. You no longer have to prepare for every potential misunderstanding because you know that your light will speak for itself. Let go of the habit of explaining yourself. Instead, focus on embodying your purpose so fully that those who matter will naturally be drawn to you, and those who don't will fade away. This is your new reality, one where your presence is enough, your alignment is enough, and your purpose is clear. As you wrap up this chapter, remember that walking in dominion is about embracing the quiet power within you. It's about understanding that you've already earned the respect you once sought. You no longer need to prove it. Instead, you live it. Every step you take, every space you enter, carries that truth. And in that truth, you find peace. Comment dominion if you feel this shift within you. The journey continues, and now you walk it not in defense, but in full command of your destiny. You may not have sought this authority, but it's yours. It's the natural result of the trials you've overcome and the inner work you've done. From now on, you no longer need to operate from a place of defense. You don't have to constantly look over your shoulder or worry about who might be plotting against you. Instead, you walk in dominion. This isn't arrogance, it's assurance. You've earned your place, and no one can take it from you. Your light is both a beacon and a boundary. It draws the right people closer and keeps the wrong ones at bay. And as you step into this phase of your journey, you'll find that the respect you once sought is now given freely. Not because they chose to, but because they have no choice. There's a shift happening, one that you can feel deep in your core. It's more than just confidence, it's conviction. The experiences you've endured have refined you, stripped away what no longer serves, and revealed a strength you didn't know you had. And that strength is what commands respect. It's not something you flaunt. It's simply something you carry. When you walk into a room, there's a presence about you that wasn't there before. The same people who doubted you now hesitate. The same voices that once criticized now fall silent. It's not intimidation, it's recognition. This is your moment. Walk in it fully. Accept the silence as acknowledgement. Accept the energy shifts as confirmation. You become more than a survivor. You become a force. Subscribe if you haven't yet. like this video, and comment "I am chosen" to let this message anchor in your soul. Share it with someone who needs to hear this. And to all supporting members, thank you for being part of this transformative journey. 4 full prophetic revelations daily. Join the membership via the link in the description. Your spiritual path deserves more than fragments. You didn't just survive. You've stepped into your true power. Your light isn't just a guide. It's a declaration that darkness can never conquer you.